All right, my friends, welcome in. It's been a while. I'm sorry for that, but there is more Stormgate on the horizon, and I hope you're as excited as I am. That's right, we've got another game coming from me today. I'm Algorithmore. This is Stormgate, a new version of Stormgate, and I won't be able to tell you everything that's new about it. You can probably already see there are some cool new changes. But this is going to be a game between Matt here in the Celestial playing the blue, and up on the top of this map here, this is going to be Play Weird, playing in the red, playing Infernal. And this map, if I remember, this is called Divided Oasis, and it was actually built by my buddy Dutchy, if I remember I got that correctly. So we've got new maps, we've got new features, we've got new players. What is going on here? The reason why we've got some new stuff is behind the scenes. They've been telling us, they've been cooking, and there's been some community members helping out. So we do have some play testers here today, play testing on a new pointer, new patch. Let's call it a beta thread or shard that will be soon publicly available to all Stormgate enjoyers. So I'm here to share with you some first looks at what we've got here. I haven't seen anything too strange yet, although everything is working a little bit different. We will have to figure out what's going on together because despite having some access to these playtests, I have not been up to date. I do not know what's going on. I do not know what all the changes are. So I'm excited. I hear there are some really exciting new things. These imps look super cool. What's going on here? Little glow eyeballs. So we might see some of the new stuff. We might not. I don't know yet because I have not watched this game. Looks like a couple of vaults out here, starting to get into the game here from Play Weird with the Conclave. So that's pretty normal stuff. With chambers down here for Matt and a Star Forge on the way. Nothing weird yet coming out of anyone. Although things look a little different. There's some animations. Of course, these are from the release patch. Of course, the smaller prisms and so. But everything looks a little bit different, a little crisper.
Stormgate will activate soon.
And we do have a Stormgate coming up. One thing you'll notice here, I did notice this in the patch notes. Stormgate's a little bit earlier now in this new version of Stormgate. Coming up at the 3-minute mark instead of 3:30. And the first Argent's out over here. There's something harmonic exchange. They do not regenerate. Okay, that's the same as before. There have been changes all over the map, so I'm looking out for this. We got brutes over here. They're looking pretty normal brooties. We got some gaunts over here. Also looking kind of normal.
Enemy forces have begun to secure a Stormgate.
Although everything's been a little bit tweaked. I understand that a lot of the focus that's been going on behind the scenes has been about balance. So there have been Stormgate playtesters playing these different changes, trying to ensure that they're fun to play. The balance is good enough that it's gonna last and allow us to have some enjoyable games over a longer period of time. Worth investing some of our energy into learning the meta before it changes again on us. So hopefully the iterations that have been going on in playtest have delivered us a more enjoyable and balanced game. At the moment, the fight over this Stormgate is going in the way of Play Weird. And Matt harassed the army pretty well, and these Argents are holding up. There are Vectors added in here as well. Vector jumps forward, but does manage to get his way out. And, ooh, we get a Soul Forge, doubling up some brutes there. And Matt making his way back over here to, it looks like, to the Wellspring. Get some healing going on that Vector and some of his RGs. And worked out onto a third base here. More chambers, more chambers, more chambers, more chambers. Lots of chambers. Another Starforge coming out. Brute Gaunt, lots of Brutes and Gaunts here. So Play Weird up in supply. Doing pretty well. More vaults coming up. We do have a Hellforge on the way. Also on 3 bases. Really nice sort of Sim City here on this divided oasis. I really do like this map. Dutchy was showing it off to me when he was making it. And what I love about it is he's using the sort of the beach. Of course, it's the oasis in this case. But this tile set, which we saw in, what was that one map? I can't even remember the names anymore. Been so long since I've casted, but hopefully we'll get a few more games in coming up as this patch gets released very soon. Hellborn here as well. Can't wait to see what they look like. Maybe there's been some changes to them. Their damage. Definitely look like there's some changes to their damage there. 30 plus 30 heavy. Can't remember what they were at on the last patch.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
So the next Stormgate is looking like it's coming up 3 minutes and 30 seconds after the last. So it's just the first one that got moved forward. The rest are still on 330 cooldown. That's one thing we can take a look at here.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Stormgate up. Play Weird's got the supply here.
Enemy forces have
But Matt's
begun
first to engage.
Stormgate.
His Argents are getting they're a little confused. They're all trying to run around and make a nice, perfect concave around. And they do get it. Oh, that's because there are some vectors in the back here. Like, what's Play Weird doing? Well, Matt's got some vectors in. Oh, no. Yikes. There is a lot of units there. Play Weird's got a big, beefy force. But Matt was able to get the Stormgate. And what did he get there? Some Void Prowlers. Saber out. Shiny little saber. Seems like a normal saber to me. More arc ships on the way. Hellborns. What are we up to? 4 Hellborn here. These two spending most of their time on their side of the map. Other than the Stormgates, they've been just macroing up. What's this? Yeah, 4th base coming now for Play Weird. His Sim City is really interesting and cool. I like it. Anyone trying to attack into this ramp here? Same thing here. Although this one, not as much SimCity, maybe a couple more tribute pyres over there could be useful. Now, Matt's positioning out forward. Still a ways away from another Stormgate, so that's mostly just, I think, for quick reaction time and forward scouting. Also going for a 4th base. Sending the Void Prowlers out. We hear the howling of the wolf as the nighttime cycle comes again. Of course, it's the cock-a-doodle-doo that announces the morning and the Stormgate. Here we go. Really nice. Going for a surround here. Alright, oh, there was an Animancer here, and wow, pretty. Something cool going on there. Or those Dark Prophecies. Is that what they're called? Something weird going on there. Woo, it takes a lot longer, but it looks like the units just walk through it. Hellborn in the back are using their basketballs as usual to tear through, and they are ripping into these units that all get bonus damage from the Hellborn. Scan goes down.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
Not sure what the scan was for. Maybe it's a misclick. Hellborn are still... Ooh, Animancer there goes down. Sabers move forward for some reason. But then they use their mass accelerator to get back.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Of course, we had the Shroud fall on the whole map here from Play Weird.
Enemy forces have begun to secure a Stormgate.
This is going to be an easy capture for Play Weird. Ton of Hellborn just putting down a lot of DPS on Stormgate. There's no way that these sabers, but they're like, maybe we can get a Hellborn or two. Unfortunately, they do get sacrificed. At least 3 of them gone down so far. And what's going to pop out? What do we got? Double power? I didn't see it. Looks like it, yeah. Double power stone. Hellborns powered it up. They're extra big. Gonna shoot bigger basketballs. Beach balls, maybe. More bases going down over here. Although we're also getting another base coming over here for Matt, so keeping pace. And it looks like we still have that visual bug where after Shroudfall, not all the sectors recover. But, of course, we know what that means. That's not really Shroud. Just looks shroudy. Just looks like it. Playward's been doing really good at keeping his bases up, getting them up and saturated. At the moment, supplies are pretty even. And I guess we could say bases are even. We're both at 5. This says 6 of 12, but that's not right. There we go, 12. Yeah. Good saturation over here as well. This base must be empty because there's no one there, although it used to disappear. So that might be a new graphical change. Spriggans added, Weavers as well. So it's got some changes here. This weapon deals 20% of the target's max health as damage. 10% if it's a structure. Okay, that's something changed. It has 50% movement speed on Shroud. That's something we already had. I think those might be the same things it had before, actually. What's this one? Yeah, that's the same as before. What? That's different. Where did that bad boy come from? We've got an Incarnate on the field. He's a big old heaving behemoth. Let's see what he's got. 1500. Oh my goodness gracious me. Is that a real guy? He is. He's going for it. So that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah. He's just out there behemothing. Apparently, if you play Infernal now, you got a behemoth on your side. I'm not sure where he comes from. There's an Archangel popping down there. But that looks like a nasty behemoth. Oh my goodness, he's tearing through everything. Yeah, okay, he's dead. He went down. Holy moly. Okay, that's an exciting change. Again, I do not know any of the details about where that guy came from, how he came. Maybe he came out of the Stormgate, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. That was cool. Should have been paying attention. Although Matt was able to punch back here, killed the behemoth, and was able to at least hold off the army for now. Hellborn in the back still being a problem. Archangel above. And again, I think there's been a lot of changes. The Archangels too. A lot of these units look the same, but we've seen there's even been changes to some of their visual effects. So there will be a more extensive patch notes, and I will probably have a video coming out soon that will have some more of those details. So for now, let's just enjoy some of these changes. And if you haven't yet, dust off your Stormgate, load it up, because there will be your chance to access this content very soon. Very soon. Probably going to be announced on the Discord shortly. So trying to clean up the rest of this little attack force here, and doing it, but noting that Playweird's over here capturing another Stormgate. Any more behemoths on the way? Where did that behemoth come from? Oh, there's a big old dragon. We saw that. We got double Hellforge, which is interesting. I love how everything looks like it got a visual pass again. I don't know if all this is new or if this was in the most recent version, but it looks like everything got crisper and nicer. We got a deep one here. I remember that guy. He's no behemoth. But yeah, where did that behemoth come out of? Is there like, I'm just looking for something that might be a big old behemoth building. Of course, we have like the Blood Tree, which is a research facility. We have the Twilight Spire. We know what those are. I'm expecting it probably comes out of one of the normal buildings, which is how the Infernal works. Or maybe it was a Stormgate reward. Again, like I said, I've been a little out of touch, so I haven't read all the patch notes. I'll have to go look up that behemoth bad boy, and I'll get back to you in a later video. I think we're waiting here for some kind of final engagement. This is a nasty looking force from Playward, but when it comes to supply, Matt's been keeping up, and he's got a nice little air force of Archangels here. And what is this? This is a Navi. This is a Navi. This is a new unit. What does it do? We'll have to find out. Behemoth out as well. Archangels trying to punch dragons. That's how we like it. Dragon gets punched. Behemoth now wreaking havoc. Deep one as well. Oh, Archangels come down right in the middle of everything. I don't know if they're gonna be enough firepower here for them to take out that whole army, but they're doing what they can. A lot of units already going down. Archangels still beefy bad boys in the middle of the battle. One of them picks up to leave. The Behemoth's still alive, but the Behemoth's like, fine, I can just spit these giant balls or whatever that is. Something. I didn't quite see what the Navi did, because I think it died, but whatever. Shooting some giant balls. Rapid heal up over here. I like to see that. You know, what are these? These are Energizer nodes, so they weren't healing. That's what Grace Lights nodes do. Oh, there's that Navi again. What do you do, Navi? Detects. Well, that's one thing we know. So it's probably a flying caster unit. It's not yet upgraded, at least according to its UI. Big old behemoth bad boy. Holy moly. Or incarnate. That's why do I keep calling it behemoth? I thought that's what it's an incarnate. Massive cool thing. More Archangels jump down here. But that bad boy just kicks some butt, even though he's got 300 hit points left there. 300 hit points is like a lot of hit points. That's like a couple brutes. I mean, doing well. Staying alive. All the trees roll in, try and surround in and get it, and finally goes down. But these are units pushing into Matt's base now. The other bases have been abandoned. This has got to be the end here. Some tree rolling out. With the end of the Incarnate, it looks like Matt was thinking maybe, yeah, he's got another Archangel out. Hoping he can clean this up. But there's going to be more units coming in here from Play Weird. He's going to find this other base. He's just looking, how do I finish this game off? How do I ensure there's no more mining going on anywhere? And boom, this base is going to get taken out while there's still units over here. The Archangel says, I'm here to defend. Takes out a couple Weavers, punches some brutes into the ground. You're down, buddy. Go to bed, little fiends. But it's a regrouping arming up here for Play Weird. Dragon above. Oh, another Incarnate. Oh, he's swimming or something. He was doing something, but yep. Bomp, bomp, bomp. Oh, another new unit, a Dominari. She's trying to hide. Oh, there we are. Some more Dominaris. They just float along on their little boxes, apparently. Little box floaters. Woo! Okay, zoomed in too much. I wonder what they do. I wonder if they've got some spells that we might be able to see them cast. So I do want to thank these players for using some of the new units for us so that we could see them. There are new units. There's a ton of balance chains here. None of them that I could really tell you. You might have seen some of them in action as we were watching things go down here. But if you want to play with some of these new units, check out the balance for yourself. Stay tuned. Relog back into the Discord and tell the devs you're excited to get on this new beta patch, and hopefully you will see it soon. Now what did we get here? A deep one. And I'm sure what you're about to see is wiping of Matt off of the face of the divided oasis. Shout out once again to Dutchy for building this map, making some more. That's a GG. And welcome back, Stormgate.